What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. If you guys are new to the channel, do me a favor, hit that sub button and hit that notification bell. Make sure you're not missing any of the awesome content that we have coming out. As we continue on with our Marvel Wednesdays, we are getting into X-Force issue number 29. If you have not been keeping up with this series, be sure to check out the link in my description as well as the top of this video. It'll get you completely caught up on everything that has been going on with this team. Most recently, what we have seen is Cerebro come alive, eating as many mutants' brains as it can in its path. With each mutant, it absorbs its abilities. It is building itself stronger. It was last seen running off into the wilderness, directly towards Black Tom. Be sure to buy the comic, support the industry, and with that being said, let's dive into this breakdown. Alright gang, so as we dive into this issue, we are picking up with Kid Omega, being a very vital player in all of X-Force. We last saw him trying on different husks, using his ability to manipulate empty bodies, being able to be anybody he chose to be. It's really just a flex on how much of an Omega he truly is, even thinking to himself that he believes one day he can be the Omega of Omegas. And though he doesn't believe that is what he is right now, he believes that he has the potential to be that person. And so while he scans the island, looking for any sign of this machine come to life, that's where we pick up with Black Tom. Going over to a pond nearby him, CEREBRAX had jumped inside of it. Black Tom going in to investigate to figure out what this thing is. When Sage goes to get in communication with him, it is already too late. It has grabbed hold of him and it has drug him under. Taking us back over to the cradle, we have Wolverine, who has just been through the ringer. After eating Polaris, Wolverine was absolutely no match for CEREBRAX. But Domino is still in this fight. With CEREBRAX becoming so powerful, Domino's definitely gonna need some luck on her side. After swallowing up Black Tom, CEREBRAX has become Krakoa. Having the powers of Black Tom, it makes it extremely dangerous. It doesn't take long for Domino to get captured. Sage asking Jean Grey to put in an order, shut down the entire island, all of the gates. Everybody stays inside. This is martial law. While Domino is getting tangled up with CEREBRAX, Sage is getting an uninvited visitor. Behind her is Omega Red. The truth is, right now, Sage is happy to see him. And if he's not looking for a fight, they could really use his help. Picking us up in the woods of Krakoa, we have Omega Red coming in hot and fast, grabbing hold of Wolverine, sending his body straight, fixing his claws, everything. His body still healing up from the beating that he took. We have Domino, who is just getting her butt whooped by this machine. The only thing saving her life is luck. Lucky for her, this is where Kid Omega shows up, driving in his own personal tank. CEREBRAX goes head to head with him, but it crashes down into the ground. Thinking that he has defeated this monster, as they go over to look at it, it has dug itself through the ground. Not really sure where this thing went. When it emerges, it is a hideous giant monster, using Krakoa to build itself up. And unlucky for the sisters, they just so happen to be going through the woods. Quentin knowing exactly what will happen if CEREBRAX gets his hands on them. As they go running, they call out for help. One of the sisters about to be swallowed up. That is until Omega Red shows up on sight, grabbing hold of this beast and plugging into it. Sage is attempting to upload some malware that will shut down CEREBRAX. Omega Red not sure how long he can hold on. CEREBRAX putting up firewall after firewall, it mutating after mutation. This is when Kid Omega, he comes flying in, ripping a hole right through this monstrosity. The truth is, Kid Omega, he has been down on himself for a long time, but now he is beginning to understand his true potential. He's realizing that he hasn't been living up to it. He has had mentors, from Jean Grey to Wolverine, but he knows that he is more than Omega. He is beyond X. And after what he is about to do, there will be no denying that he is the greatest mutant to ever exist. And with that, we have the explosion of CEREBRAX and the monster that it turned itself into. The only issue is, there is no sign of Kid Omega. Every single bit of him, he had been wiped from every Cerebro cradle. It is as if Kid Omega never existed. This is the death of Quentin, and that will be the end of this issue. Now, this is a relatively quick one, bringing us to a quick end on our whole CEREBRAX story arc. Definitely not my favorite one so far, but it's enjoyable. I really do like the highlight that Kid Omega is getting, and how they're finally starting to jump into the idea that Kid Omega is one of the most powerful individuals to exist. He is finally getting his flowers in the right way. And the right way, I mean that he's getting a lot of spotlight. They're giving him a lot of attention, and I'm really excited to see what they're gonna do with him, because we know that this is not the death of Kid Omega. Even if it were, there is still a heaven. So even if he is not in Cerebro, he can still go to mutant heaven. That's something that we actually just discussed with Magneto on Arakko back in the X-Men Red issue number 4, I believe. But we have seen a relatively depressed, not reaching his full potential, not reaching his full power Kid Omega. His relationship, that was a big part of it. His relationship with Phoebe was really important to him. With the way that things ended, he was only feeling more down on himself. But something has awoken in him, realizing his true potential, realizing what he can do. It's gonna be very interesting to see where he went. I'm also excited that Omega Red is finally being brought back into the loop. The truth is, Krakoa screwed him over time and time again. And even so, he is still here. He is still trying to help in some kind of way. The truth is, they're letting him punch things. This is something he enjoys doing. But what is more surprising is that he is even toying with the idea of helping them in any way, shape, or form. He should be sitting here wanting this place to burn down to the ground. But at the very heart of Krakoa, that is what this island means. That is what this island is. Even if you have been screwed over time and time again, even if you have screwed them over time and time again, that this is your chance. The chance to build something new, to build yourself anew. We see this with a lot of characters, from Thunderbird to Rockslide, now going by Wrong Slide, to Omega Red to Kid Omega. You know, even if Krakoa doesn't last, and part of me kind of hopes that it doesn't last, but if Krakoa, if mutant kind, their sovereignty doesn't last forever, at the end of the day, what we got is some amazing character development. Hopefully, they won't take that away from us. But let me know your thoughts, let me know your theories. If you would like to support the channel, you can always do so by hitting the super thanks button. This button will let you donate directly to the channel, and every little bit helps us out. Now, if you can't do that, do me a favor, hit that sub button, hit that notification bell, make sure you're not missing any of the awesome content that we have coming out, and until the next breakdown.